then you have to, see forests and trees of the everything, every corner of the, subject. Otherwise, you will learn for yourself, okay, I learned this thing, okay, I wish this is for my learning, then you will skip many important things. But when you have to teach, you know that some people will ask me the questions, then you have to prepare yourself. So it's important thing. You teach your friends. For example, some group of people is working on searching algorithms. What is the topic? Art trees. So he has 4 or 5 students with him. So if he start teaching to the students, then he will learn more, and students will also learn. Then another time he will teach to others. So this is important. Teaching is very important to improve yourself, because you have to face the tough questions. And hot emerging field, this is very important. Choose that topic which is hot emerging. It will lead you to so many publications and fetching easy funding. Do you know what is the meaning of emerging fields? Okay. Communication people. In which field you are? DSPs. You are very related to me. DSP, digital signal processing. Okay. Emerging fields are those fields which are coming up with the new things. A new field, for example, mobile ad hoc networks. There were ad hoc networks, there were sensor networks, but new field is coming, mobile ad hoc networks. Okay, and new field is coming, cloud computing. There was grid computing. Okay, grid computing we were doing. Okay, for last 10 years we were doing. Okay, it is very hot area now. But a new area came, cloud computing. If you start focus on the emerging area, because it is new, then there will be a lot of scope for you to publish paper. And when you will start doing research in the new area, emerging area, then you will easily write many papers. So always focus on the emerging areas. This is, I am giving you very, very important advice. Of course, you will read. Yeah, this is very important question. Of course, you have to read some knowledge. Okay, he is asking very important question, which many people will be knowing or not knowing. Read magazine papers. Do you know magazine paper? If you want to generate new ideas and new fields, read magazine papers from IEEE or maybe some other magazines. Magazines give you not technical details. Magazine gives you the field of some new ideas in the paper. Like IEEE potentials. IEEE potential is actually for bachelor students, for bachelors and masters. IEEE security and privacy. IEEE multimedia. And there are IEEE computers in engineering, science and engineering. These are magazines you should read. It will give you new fields. It will give you about the new fields, like cloud computing. I told you, it's a new field. It's a very emerging field, and a lot of papers are coming in this field now. It's a new area. Then you can focus security of cloud computing, because nobody has focus on it. So now you are going security of cloud computing. Then your paper will be published. This is I am giving you the my research experience of last 6 years. I am sharing with you openly. Many people will not tell you. They will not tell you that what kind of topics you choose. So you should focus on the areas which are emerging, where people have not done some kind of research. Then you should focus on that. ManNet in transportation, mobile ad hoc networks in the transportation. This is a very new area. You can also, some people who are working in communication, they can focus on this area. And I am sure that you can publish paper in IEEE transactions also. But of course, you should have some intuition, or you should have some rationale, or you should have some theory in your paper. Then it will be accepted. If you are just writing a paper without any theory means mathematical proof, then you cannot publish a paper. There should be mathematics behind it. There should be simulations. There should be application of that thing. Then of course it will be published. Yes.
There is an indication, but I want your judgment on whether it's a valid indication or not about hot topics. For example, if you find books published on that topic, some tutorials and surveys, would that indicate that these are not hot enough?
Actually, tutorial and survey, when tutorial and survey will be published, when there will be a lot of work already done, then person will do survey. It will tell you some things, that open areas, but hot emerging areas will be given to you by magazines. I am talking about, for example, like I gave you my example. I was doing research in biometric. There were already many people were doing biometric. If you just search the keyword of biometric in IEEE, then you will get maybe 2,000 or 3,000 or maybe more than 3,000 papers. Then these people were already doing. Then he did the survey and he gave the open problems in that area. But I am talking about new areas in computer science and engineering, electrical engineering and communication. Magazines will focus on those areas. Magazine will not survey the paper. Magazine paper is not a survey paper. IEEE, if you download a paper from the IEEE or some other, bioinformatics magazine, from other thing, right, then you will not find any survey. It will give you new insights, new thoughts, new directions in that area. It will just give you the new thing in that. What is the thing and how can you, implement that thing in the real life, this kind of stuff. But survey paper will cover all the papers which have already been published in the literature. It will cover all the papers. Some magazines like IEEE Privacy, Security and Privacy Magazine, IEEE Multimedia, IEEE ACM, a lot of magazines from ACM, Spectrum, IEEE Potentials, IEEE. I will tell you just after. Actually, I will give you that, a little demo of IEEE later on. Then you can ask that question. You can write down, and we will go on that. And a lot of things. This is just generating a research topic. You have not only have to focus on this thing. This is your creativity also, I have told you. And good research topic should be of interest to both of your advisor and yourself. It should not be, if your advisor has no interest, then he will not teach you anything. He will not have interest in that thing. Of course, normally it has been observed that if advisor has, interest, then he will give you that topic. But my case was different. My advisor does not have interest in my field. But when I started doing job in that field, then he understood that he is doing right. Then when I published maybe 25 research papers in my PhD, then he realized that, and at the end when I was leaving China, then he praises me that thing, that you chose a very right topic, and I was stopping you. He was giving me the topic of radar signal processing for the military, because we were doing research for military, Chinese military. So he was giving me that topic, but I was not intended to that. But I was intended for biometric. So this is I choose that topic. So sometimes your advisor has interest, sometimes you don't have interest, but it is mutual understanding of the advisor and the student. But advisor knows more. I don't say that advisor does not know more than you, but sometimes it is your sixth sense also. I would say this thing. And there are, some people say that there is no shortcut for life, but I tell you there are shortcuts for life. How? You should learn from the experiences of others. This is the most cheapest thing in the life, is to learn the experiences of the others. Not learn from your experience, then you will lose everything. You will lose a lot of things. And work could lead to a well-defined set of results. And you should work on the significant parts. What is the significant part? The part from where you can generate more things. The more significant, it has more potential to work on, and it has more strength that it can be used, it can be established, it can be easily done. Then you should only focus on that. Don't focus here and there and just don't waste your time. Just focus on the most significant parts of the problem. And now, like you were discussing about the publishers, IEEE, I think many people are familiar with the IEEE. This is the most prestigious society for electrical and electronics engineers in the world. And second is IET, that was formerly called IEEE, Institute of Electrical Engineers, and it is called Institution of Engineering and Technology UK. These are the most prestigious and the most biggest EE societies. And our focus mostly focuses on this society for the engineers. I'm not talking about people who are coming from different backgrounds here. It's the most prestigious. And second, I would say that Elsevier Science. Are you familiar with Elsevier, this publisher? Not books. They have, did you see how many journals? This is the most prestigious, the biggest publisher in the world. 2094 journals, around 2100 journals they are publishing. Can you imagine? 2000 journals can be in this world in different fields. So how many fields are in this world? Can you imagine? A lot of thousands of fields you can imagine from these journals. And it is from Netherlands. And I think this publisher is more than 150 years old. I suppose. I don't have exact knowledge of the thing, but it is more than 100 years. This I know. But more than 150 to 100 in range between that. And the third one is the biggest publisher in the world is Springer Verlag. Are you familiar with this? Springer, 1700 journals. And Springer Verlag, it is published by the Germany. And most of their papers are, journals are indexed in ISI, Thomson. I think I will not go in that because you are beginners, you should not focus on that. First you should know research, then you should focus on research, because this is our main role to focus on ISI, because otherwise we cannot get promoted if we don't